FINR2205 Personal Finance Management students. I wanted to touch base with you today about our upcoming SLO quiz, and we just haven't talked for a while, so I wanted to talk to you. And as I was, looking at what assignments lie ahead, I pulled up my calendar, and look at this. We started in August, and gosh, that seems like such a long time ago, right? You worked so hard doing your discussions and your quizzes throughout the month of September. You just completed the month of October and you finished test number 1 during that time period, and now we enter into the month of November. And looking ahead, look at this, we have the Thanksgiving holidays in there, and the last day of classes is on December the 6th. Now then there's final exam week, but what that says to me is, with December being only a partial month, we are in the last month of the semester. So it's really an exciting time, but a time to keep your energy high, keep your focus high, because when you think about all the work that you've done to get to the point where you are, this is no time to throw it away, right? You want to stay focused and keep your grades high, and really dig in and kind of push on your studies. And that's really for all your classes, right? Okay, so what I wanted to do is take a brief moment to look at the syllabus, and thinking back to that first day of the semester, we talked about the syllabus, and you had these student learning objectives, and this is a common thing for all your classes. And student learning objectives are those things that we say, look, what are the key things that when somebody finishes a course, any of your business courses for example, that the student really must know? Right? We've got to make sure that we always teach these things. So the way that in the business department, the way that we assess whether or not you learned the student learning objectives is with a standardized test that is standardized for the course. Okay, and it's always given in either the last week of classes or during final exam week, but always at the very end of the semester. Now again, reflecting on the syllabus, and I'm just moving through the pages here, okay, so that you can kind of follow along. When you come down here to page 4 of the syllabus, you might recall that down here, this very last quiz in your list of quizzes, and I should point out at this point also, notice that we're going to do chapters 10, 11, and 12, and then we'll skip to chapter 18, so kind of be on the lookout for that, okay? Now, as you look at this last quiz, it says students must complete the SLO online quiz that will be available in the My Southwest system. Not PAWS, but My Southwest. Okay, so keep that in mind, because, why My Southwest instead of PAWS? Well, because it's a standardized test that is given by the college. Now, I want to draw your attention to this part up here. It says, one more note on your quizzes. You earn a drop grade if and only if you complete the SLO quiz, okay, at the end of the semester. If you do not complete the quiz, you do not receive a drop grade. If you complete the SLO exam, and note here that it's a 15-question multiple choice quiz. Can you see that? Maybe I should make that bigger on the video. Okay, so here it is. You can, of course, you can follow along on this in your syllabus. One more note, see it there? You can pause and read this. If you complete the SLO exam, which is a 15-question multiple choice quiz, then and only then is your lowest 10-point quiz grade dropped. Okay, so these are all the quizzes that you have. So since this quiz is really over everything that you've studied, you probably want to prepare for this quiz, and you might be looking for a study tool. So I have provided one, and I want to talk about that. Inside of PAWS, now remember, this is not where the real quiz will be given, but inside of PAWS you can go to the quizzes link. I know you're used to that from all these quizzes that you've taken. And you'll see a quiz that says Practice SLO Exam. No points, but practice for the actual SLO exam. Look at this. You have unlimited attempts, and you can study using this quiz from November 1st, which now it's November the 4th, all the way through the end of the month. So you have plenty of time to study. Okay, now, you are very familiar with PAWS quizzes, but I'm just going to click that link. You, of course, can read through some of these instructions. Click Start Quiz, and you can read this, but I'm going to click OK. And I'll tell you just a little bit about how this works. Okay, be patient as it loads, but again, you guys are familiar with this. So you'll go through and you'll read these questions. Now, there are 15 questions just like the real quiz, but these questions are coming from a pool. Now, the pool contains real SLO questions. So the more times you attempt the quiz, the more likely you are to see the questions that will be on the actual SLO quiz exam. I mean, it's 15 questions, the real thing, 15 multiple choice questions. So you can come through here, and I'm not really going to read this. Let me just pick a couple. I don't know, I'm not paying attention. Let's just pick a couple, and we'll did false on the last one, we'll do true. Let's do true again, and you can see kind of how this goes, right? Now, I'm not going to answer all of them, but you would go through and answer all of them. You know to save as you go, and then of course I'm going to save all responses just to be sure. And I'm going to go to submit, and it's going to tell me I didn't answer everything. That's okay. Submit anyway. Yes, I'm very sure. But what I want to show you is the actual quiz results here. Okay, I'm actually glad I did this as the live video. Let me pause for a minute. Okay, because what you're seeing right now is that I've got a couple of those questions right. What I want to do, maybe if I go into reports, is I'll tell you what, I'll go in here and change this. Okay, so you caught me in a mistake, so I've made some changes to the exam. Let me go back here. Here, notice I've used one attempt, but I have unlimited attempts, so I'm going to go right back in. I'm going to start the quiz. Now, I know you know how to do this, but perhaps one other very important detail is that, the SLO quiz will be timed just like your regular quizzes are timed. Very important that you finish within the time limit so that you don't end up with a bad score, okay? You need to be moving through this, and you don't have forever. You do have to answer within the time limit, okay? Now, once again, I'm just going to click on a few responses. I think I skipped one, but that's okay. And anyway, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to go quickly, but seem to be thwarted here by, I don't even know. Okay, so let me just come down. That's enough. And if the computer will keep up with me, I'll do true on that one. Whatever. Have not read anything. Save all responses. Let's just see. My guessing has been fair to middling on the score, and let's see if this produces the results that I wanted to share with you. Okay, here we go. Now, this is a great example. Here's two examples. Notice down here on question number 3 that I got this one right. So that's good. I know that that's a correct answer. So I'm kind of giving you a free answer there, right? So you know that now. But notice on this one I got 0 points out of points. Now, the truth of the matter is you don't earn any points. No points for this practice quiz, right? But you're studying. But I can see from this that I missed this question. So the one thing that I know is that it's not an excise tax. I might want to, if you don't immediately know the answer, you might want to use your textbook to look up the correct answer. In this way, you're studying for the actual SLO quiz, right? Why do you want to do well on that quiz, and why do you want to take it? Well, because first of all, the SLO online quiz is mandatory. It is required. It's 15 points, right? It will not be dropped. This cannot be your drop grade. But if you take the test, not only do you hopefully earn 15 easy points because you've practiced for it, but you also earn a drop grade. So one of these unit quizzes will be dropped if you attempt the quiz. It's 15 questions. It's multiple choice. I think you can do very well on this. So I think it could potentially be 15 very easy points for you. Okay? So I wanted to talk to you so that you would know how to study for this. Again, in PAWS, you're using the practice SLO exam to study. You can see 2 attempts there, and you can go through and look at some of the other buttons. The real thing will be given in the My Southwest system, and I'll give you more information about that as we get closer to it. Now, of course, as you notice, as I'm looking at the calendar, I mentioned that this quiz must be given during the last week of classes or else during final exam week. So we're looking that, this test will actually occur in December. So you can practice right up till November 30th, and you can use that quiz to practice. And then I'll be giving you instructions on how to take the actual SLO quiz. Okay? So want to touch base with you on that. Keep up the good work. You've really done well. And like I said, you're in the homing stretch, so stay strong, okay? You can do it. Good job.